Yeah, I really enjoy taking the bike on these narrow back roads. You'll see in a minute that it just gets tighter and tighter, and it starts to get a bit of an off-road feel at some point. It does get affected when it rains, and you can get a lot of mud and stuff in the road. But it's amazing what you can find when you start looking. So you'll never know that some of these roads are about. You get quite a lot of loose cobble and stuff on the road as well. They do sweep this quite a bit, but as you can see, there's on the road here, there's quite a bit. Well, it's not a lot now, but there definitely is more, like here. And you've got to just keep it steady. They do clean it, but it gets back quite quickly. And if you're not used to this, you'll easily get caught out. Nice little duck. But yeah, it's definitely something I'm getting more and more into. I've not spent a huge amount of time on adventure bikes, and particularly doing off-roading. Not that this is off-road, but I guess it's as close as you can get without being off-road. But I have done a lot more in the last year and a half, and really, really enjoyable. Really good, good fun. Amazing to see what you can learn about riding bikes as well. You learn a lot from the bikes, what they're capable of in terms of traction. It's quite good. These bikes are so capable. It's really, unless you've actually ridden it for any period of time, you won't understand what these bikes can actually do. Power, I think that's particularly about the GSA, the one thing that I love most is the way that it delivers the power. It's got a really, really good balance to it, and you can throw it around. You can have a lot of fun with it. Gonna have a lot of fun. The other thing that you'll see with these roads is they can look relatively calm like this, and then you can turn a corner and the next thing it'll be quite rubbish again. At the moment I'm actually struggling to see a little bit because my visor is absolutely filthy, and because I've been here's my proof, it becomes really filthy quickly. Yeah, but my visor, whoa, is filthy. I can barely see at the moment. There's bugs right in the middle of my eyesight. I was riding the M1000R on my way in this morning, and yeah, it's quite exposed, obviously, on a naked bike. Try and clean some of it off. Probably better to open the visor, but then it becomes quite noisy. We'll try that out, see what it does on the audio. So I'll just talk a bit of nonsense for a second, or at least a bit more than normal, just to check what the audio is like with the visor open, to see how much more or worse it gets. So yeah, if you can hear this now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the visor now, and there we go, it's shut, and see what a difference that makes. Love this, man. Never get tired of this. Phenomenal. I've also got some different tires on. I've actually got 50/50 Adventure tires on. I'm running the Trail Max Raids, a really, really good tire. Very capable both on and off-road, and very importantly in the wet. So one thing you get a lot of on these roads are horse people. So I'm trying to go a little bit quicker to get the ride a little bit further along, so we can explore some other bits that we normally don't do on these, even though it's a short time. At the same time, I'm also not going that fast. You know, these are all 60-mile-an-hour roads. The majority of the time you're doing about 40 mile an hour, and it feels like you're absolutely racing. Yeah, buddy. Nice couple of sharp bends. I guess that's quite easy, but you add a car on the other side, and suddenly that's significantly trickier. To add to my woes, I've got an insect crawling around in my bloody helmet. I can't get access to it. I don't know why, but this helmet sounds quite noisy today. It's like it's getting in some extra air from somewhere. Yeah, everyone seems to be following quite nicely. Oh, good. That road is actually closed in the centre of town. I nearly went down there as well. It's annoying because they don't actually show you on the maps or on the road. But then you go down there, and then I just remembered it because of doing it 2 weeks ago. So this road is actually quite good because sort of gently gets you used to the trickier bits. I mean, suddenly at one point it will just chuck you into the middle of some rubbish. I've had that quite often, and then people go, oh yeah, that's nothing, and then 2 minutes later they go, oh, that's a bit tough. Like this. You've got to be quite precise, and then you get a big hole in the middle of the road like that. You've got to stand up. It's really a lot of fun though. Hopefully the camera will be able to handle the low light conditions. I know that what I'm using at the moment isn't brilliant for low light, but it's actually really good for audio. If you listen to my voice now, I'm doing quite low speed, and it should be really, really clear. It's so hard to block out all the damn wind noise, but I'm using this Sena 10C Evo. It's got a camera, and you record the audio, which is brilliant. Yeah, road ahead closed. Well, we'll find out in a minute, won't we? There we go. That's how tricky it is. Quickly hitting the face, hole, mud. All right.
Nice road, Sean, yeah.
Yeah, good, eh?
Yeah, but I'll let them catch up a bit. Oh, really nice road.
It's always people like, you know, I could do it. It's so easy, and then well, and I'm still not even doing the speed limit most of the time.
Oh, it's a nice little pace.
Yeah.
Following you.
But that's why we've got to use the drop-off system.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Well, wait till a few more catch up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so that's always the thing. You're always going to get people that tell you, no, I'm experienced, I've done this, I've done that. And then they freeze up. So you always need to make sure that you, whatever level you think it's at, drop it down a few levels, because that will make it safe for more people. And then again, obviously others will find it quite boring, but it's such a a balance of what to do pace-wise. But really nice roads. Really nice roads. On ride-outs like this, you always got to constantly manage the distance on the bikes, otherwise everyone gets spread out too quickly. Even though we don't have a huge amount of people, it happens really, really sharp. I definitely needed this ride as well today. It's the only thing that actually gets me out of feeling frustrated with life. I get so much from riding. Just stunning. Actually, that's probably the one thing that I think happens on social media too much. You try to describe how nice something is, and you just end up running out of words. You know, like stunning, great, fantastic, brilliant. You know, I guess we've stopped using the words just nice. I guess it means something different to everyone. But you always feel the need to use words to tell everyone how absolutely fantastic it is, like they can't see it for themselves. I guess it's the way of the world these days. My pet hater is sitting behind the car. Do a bit of slow riding, let everyone catch up. Actually, the funny thing is, for so long, when I've been on an adventure bike, I've been when I stand up, I'm actually in the wrong position. It's only until I did the off-road skills course in Wales that I realized how badly I was actually doing it. People must have thought I was a real numpty. I was basically locking my knees into the tank. Instead of just resting with my heels down, legs straight, makes such a big difference. One of the problems for me when I'm standing up like this is my feet. My feet are so big, I've got size 15s, and to get my feet underneath the clutch the clutch lever, or the gear lever, or whatever you want to call it these days, is a problem. And then also when I stand up, I quite often touch the brake, just because literally such a big proportion of my foot sticks out the other end. So I've always got to be really careful. It's phenomenal though. So I'm not sure how long we've been riding. I think it's been nearly half an hour, and we've only done 11 miles. That's the thing, is you don't have to go far to really have a lot of fun. This is such a beautiful stretch. You know, as you've got the canopy of trees on the other side. Wish I could actually just stop in here and take some photos. Makes such a beautiful photo. Now this is where it gets tricky as well, because you can see in the middle there's quite a bit of moss, and sometimes it creeps into the road. You know, you've got these two sections, two lines, and if it creeps into this middle section, it gets slippery as anything. There's not a lot of people that will actually go around these roads doing the speed limits, because it is tricky. It really is tricky. So most of this is all 60. You don't want to be doing that as well, because you've got sharp bends like this and you don't know what's coming around the other side. You've got to be constantly aware of traffic. And I'm struggling to see now. I'm really battling. When the light drops like that, my visor is just too filthy. Absolutely disgusting. I have to pull my feet in as well. Constantly getting hits on the left side here. My feet and the thing. And what you don't want is a brick wall to rip your foot off. You can always tell when it gets tricky, as the gap behind me gets much bigger really quickly. Love it. Yeah, I can't see anyone behind me now. Yeah, so the rain has definitely brought a lot of mud on here. So this is where we're now going to be going into a newer, dirtier section. Normally we turn right here to go left, to go home, but I think we've got another 15 minutes. Yeah, and I guess the original times I didn't go down here because it was quite tricky. Probably best to stand up. Not sure I'm going to be able to cope with the embarrassment of being led by a cyclist. Constant movement under me. Well, you really could actually move out the damn way. Yeah, this is a nice section. Nice and tricky, it makes you think a bit. Another 5 miles of riding and then we'll turn around. Yeah, I really enjoy this. This is nice.